Right now at 10 on 12 News, a winter storm spanning 2,000 miles impacting millions of Americans as barreling into southeast Texas. First, it's the rain, then there will be ice. So, of course, we'll keep our eyes on the power. Actually, we're taking a live look now at the Entergy map. There are very few outages in southeast Texas. There's more than 9,400 restoration workers on standby. Almost 700 are stationed in Texas, which is projected to have lower outages. Good evening. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Tia Johnson. We have live team coverage tonight from some of the places the storm is expected to hit the hardest. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato and Holton Pepper are in the lakes. We'll check in with them in just a moment, but first let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn with a look at the forecast. And Patrick, you've been able to kind of see now what we can really expect with all of this.
We're really starting to hone in that forecast, Tia, because high-res modeling is showing us that we're just not cooling off enough. So the window for freezing rain is really shrinking. We're still under a weather impact alert, but it continues to look mainly like the lakes area. We'll see the best of the freezing rain, followed by very cold weather conditions coming up Monday and Tuesday. So here's what we expect. Freezing rain Sunday morning, mainly the lakes area, and a little bit between Beaumont and the lakes area, but it's mainly the lakes area with not much here in the triangle, too much as 1/3 of an inch up towards the lakes area. That will provide power outages and treacherous driving up along 190. Travel's not recommended tomorrow morning. And then the coldest weather of the season expected Monday and into Tuesday morning. So we've kind of refined these temperatures or the ice accumulations because the temperatures are just not cooling off. And so there's a very small window of about 2 to 3 hours that we could see some ice along I-10, but as you can see, this is getting pushed further to the north, so we may not see much of anything in through Mid-County, probably nothing in Port Arthur or Winnie. So Lumberton, maybe as much as 1/10 of an inch, if that, and it's the other side of Lumberton from Silsbee northwards, particularly into Hardin, or I should say into Tyler, northern Jasper, Newton counties. These are the folks that will see the highest rain or ice accumulations and also scattered power outages up that way as far as the ice accumulations. That's why there's the ice storm warning up that way, and high-res modeling is showing that with moderate impacts generally north of the triangle. Very little impacts, if anything, over the triangle. And as you can see, snow up into North Texas. We're getting a break right now, but look at these temperatures. They're not cooling off. They're still in the mid-30s right now. So the longer we can keep those temperatures above freezing, the less ice we will see. More on your forecast coming up on 12 News.
All right, thank you so much, Patrick. We'll check back with you later. Let's get to 12 News reporter Spencer Plato. She's in Jasper County where she spoke to firefighters about how to stay safe if the power goes out. Spencer.
Yeah, Tia, I'm here in Jasper at one of the 2 centers that are warming shelters. The one I'm at right now is the Nehemiah Family Life Center in Jasper. The other is the Buna Fire Department. Now, I talked with local agencies who say their main concern is keeping residents warm, but also keeping them safe while doing so.
People that have a place to come, whether it's ice, snow, if power gets knocked out, just provide food and sheltering for them.
As the rain comes down, and so does the temperature, the extreme cold threat has prompted multiple warming centers to open.
Anybody who needs to be here, anybody who needs a place to stay, or a warm meal to have, we have it, and we're more than welcome to take those people.
Just a couple miles over in neighboring Newton County, County Judge Ronnie Cochran says 2 warming centers will be open, with one in Deweyville and one in Newton. In Jasper, for those who are planning on warming their home, the fire department is urging safety when it comes to space heaters.
Space heaters should be at least 3 to 6 feet away from anything that's combustible, such as curtains, tablecloths, bedding, pillows. So you want to make sure you have plenty of space for any combustible materials and anything that may tip over. If it tips over, be sure to unplug it from the wall immediately. Deputy
Chief Joshua Hadnot says another one of their concerns is safety when it comes to using generators. He says ventilation is important.
Don't put them in garages or closed spaces trying to power your home because those carbon monoxide gases can easily slip into your house and do a lot more damage than people think.
But for those seeking extra relief, Cody Carlson with Red Cross says their doors are open for them.
We're here for them, and we have a place that they can sleep, that they can stay, and just receive comfort.
Both Newton and Jasper County leaders say all local agencies are on standby monitoring conditions and they're ready to assist if needed. In Jasper, Spencer Plato, 12 News.
Spencer, thanks. Let's go out to Holton Pepper. He's also hunkering down in Jasper County, but earlier he was in Tyler County at a warming center in Woodville. Hey, Holton.
Howdy there, Tia, and good evening to all of you out there in Southeast Texas. Yes, I'm ready to hunker down ahead of the ice, but I was, of course, in Tyler County earlier today, and it's safe to say that they are in taken care of in good hands as well because of the emergency management office there in Woodville. Now, out in Woodville, of course, the American Red Cross is providing on-site assistance to ensure there are helping hands in place to serve those in need. At Tyler County Emergency Management Office on 201 Veterans Way. The message from Tyler County Emergency Management Coordinator John is very, very simple. There is help for the people of Tyler County. Now, as for what you can expect upon arrival to the center, here's Setlocker himself.
At least through Tuesday right now. That's what we're looking at, right through Tuesday. So for starting tonight, well, it started today. Shelter opens at 4, and it'll go through all the way through Tuesday. And that's where looks like it's going to be the worst, Monday and Tuesday. They're going to be fed twice a day. They have their cots and everything all set up. They'll have a place to eat. They have a room over here where they can play games, watch TV and everything. So, yeah, that's what they can expect.
Now, most importantly, though, is power. That was a key component to our conversation earlier today. If you or someone you know has lost power and are unaware of when that service will be back to reheat your home, you can go to the emergency warming shelter itself.
They need to know what the road conditions. We put it out on our alert system. They need to know that we're here, and I have fire departments out there that's backing me up, that support me to get these folks here. We're expecting tonight is some power outages. That's our biggest concern, power outages. Yeah, road conditions too, but it's mainly the power outages. But we do have a lot of elderly in this county.
Now, if you or someone you know needs access to the warming center, that you can't get there, you are encouraged to contact one of two members, and I'm going to read them off right here. The first is the Tyler County Emergency Management Team. That number is 409-331-0874. The second number is Mr. Setlocker himself, his cell, and he can be reached at 409-338-4826. Now, I did reach out to both Tyler and Newton County Sheriff's Office, and hey, look, they didn't get back with me. You want to know why? That's because they're out here making sure that this community is safe. So they are out and they are aware of situations. They're here to provide any kind of assistance that they can to the area. While for now, I'm out here in Jasper for 12 News. I'm Holton Pepper.
All right, thank you so much, Holton. Great resources out there. Now back here in the Golden Triangle, several shelters are opening their doors in Beaumont, Orange, and Port Arthur. Right now, the American Red Cross has 4 shelters operating across 4 counties, from Liberty to Tyler and Orange. At the Salvation Army in Orange, crews say they're preparing for ice and power outages.
We will be open through Tuesday morning, 24/7. Okay, so and if we need to be, we can be open later than Tuesday. Depends on the weather. If you're allowed to bring your pet, there's absolutely no restrictions on anyone who wants to come. We're welcome to everyone.
Larry Emery says they can hold about 100 people in the shelter. Our 12 News crews also caught up with the Port City Rescue Mission in Port Arthur that has been open since Friday.
Normally, you would need an ID, Social Security card of that sort to get into the shelter. But because of the weather and we're trying to get people off the street and get to safety, we're waiving that. We'll provide everything you need as far as your towels and your showers and the beds.
Henderson says they have now partnered with police departments across Southeast Texas to offer rides to the shelter. She says so far they only have a few clients staying at the shelter. And we are now taking a live look outside at Beaumont along I-10. You can see it is not raining from the looks there. While the storm hasn't hit yet, a lot of school districts like Beaumont ISD have already announced closures. You'll see a list of those schools rolling at the bottom of your screen, but you also can scan that QR code right there on your screen to download our app, or you can text the word closures to 409-838-1212 for that full list. We've been updating it throughout the week. Straight ahead here tonight, TxDOT also keeping a close eye on the weather. The works crews will continue tonight to keep roads safe. And winter weather now impacting weekend worship. The churches closing their doors and the ways you can stay connected. TxDOT in Beaumont is continuing to keep an eye on road conditions. Crews spent the day retreating roadways and bridges. They'll be out tonight. They are urging people to stay home. You can visit drivetexas.org for real-time road conditions and closures. And speaking of roadways, we found a few drivers getting gas tonight at the Mr. Express on the corner of Calder and I-10 in Beaumont. Today was the day to run all those last-minute errands so you don't have to leave the house unless it's absolutely necessary tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, churches are taking precaution for Sunday morning services. Bishop Toops with the Catholic Diocese of Beaumont has lifted the obligation to go to Mass if you cannot safely make it. Other churches are also canceling or offering online services.
God is everywhere. You can worship God in your home. But yes, we want you to come to church. Matter of fact, here we're going to have church online, even though the church may be closed.
Reverend John Mark Stevens with Mount Sinai Baptist Church in Orange says the message is clear. Be safe this weekend. And just because the church is closed doesn't mean God is.
And we're watching freezing rain ruffling from College Station back up to Lufkin and in through deep East Texas. We'll be talking about that and what we can expect locally in your full forecast coming up.
And you're now taking a live look at Jasper County, where you can see it has been raining in that area as residents brace for the worst of this storm. You're watching 12 News at 10. Welcome back. Before we go to Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, we want to get one more check on the conditions in Jasper County. Let's bring in Holton Pepper, who is in Jasper County right now. Holton, it's cold here in Beaumont, so I can only imagine what it's like up there.
It's funny you say that. I can't feel my fingers. It is quite cold up here, and it's only supposed to get worse. That's the scary part, especially for the way that you had just mentioned before we went to break there, talking about the moisture that you see behind me on the road. Now, I do hear cops rolling up and down the street. I'm not sure what the situation is currently in this town, but the rain, it has pretty much subsided for now. It's more of a sleet situation. I think obviously it's about 36, 37 degrees right now, but there's not been enough sun out here today to kind of soak up some of that moisture that we have seen so far. While I was on the way to Woodville, I was crossing over the bridge, that part of 190, and even at 3 p.m., the road was slick, and that was before the nasty rainfall had headed into the later parts of the evening. Now, once that moisture becomes ice, that bridge could become extremely dangerous to cross if you are in this area and need to travel from Jasper to like Tyler counties and things like that. I'm obviously no meteorologist, but if the potential of ice happens alongside the precipitation tomorrow, Monday morning, if it is correct, if those temperatures really do drop to the extreme lows, it could cause some very hazardous conditions, obviously, and not that you would need to be out of your house anyways at this hour, but if you can, Tyler County is urging residents to stay off of the roads and to remain informed as this storm continues to blast its way through the area. Now, we do still have a few vehicles out on the road out here in Jasper County, in Jasper itself. But this moisture, as I've been talking about before, the sun has not come out at all today, and it's not going to come out at all the next day. Monday is going to be the first crack at sunshine that we see. But you hear that term black ice, you know, if it freezes up tonight and then you have it melt, obviously, over the day tomorrow, and then it refreezes back into the early parts of Monday morning, that is the kind of cause that we're trying to get people to understand about some of the hazards that we can see. But for now, I'm going to send it back to the station in Jasper. I'm Holton Pepper for 12 News.
All right, thank you so much, Holton. You can go ahead and get out of that cold for now. And we want to go ahead and toss things over to meteorologist Patrick Vaughn. He's been tracking this, working hard all day. Patrick, what can we expect? The time is now.
Good evening, Southeast Texas. There's a little bit of fog out there, some drizzle, and it is cold, but we still remain above freezing at 35 and running out of time. The window is shrinking for any freezing rain here in the Triangle. Again, it looks mainly up in the lakes area. This view of downtown Beaumont, courtesy of Packard LaPrade, part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. Freezing rain looks like northern Hardin County up over towards the lakes area. And mainly the lakes area. Sunday morning, all the precipitation will be ending very quickly between 8 and 9 a.m. Sunday. And then Monday and Tuesday, 2 long, hard duration freezes are expected. Weather impact alert for freezing rain, mainly lakes area, then very cold temperatures Monday and Tuesday mornings. And again, may not see much of anything here in the Triangle. It's up north, up towards the lakes area. Sunday morning with the coldest of the season, coldest weather of the season coming up Sunday and Tuesday. So we've refined our forecast. Very little along I-10, little if no impacts. The other side of Lumberton and back up to Silsbee, maybe a tenth of an inch of rain, of freezing rain. And then from Kuntz to Buna, that's when we start running into problems, particularly into Tyler, northern Jasper, northern Newton counties. There's where we could see treacherous driving conditions, and that will likely linger on into Monday morning because you don't get above freezing, we don't think, tomorrow afternoon. So all that ice that forms coming up tomorrow morning will stick on the ground and will likely last through Monday morning until we get above freezing Monday afternoon. So this is where we're expecting a third to a quarter of an inch and likely power outages with treacherous driving. That is the weather impact from Kirbyville back over towards Cominale, Woodville, Jasper, Newton, and Burkeville at this time. And that is pretty much our final forecast as far as that goes. So when you get to a quarter of an inch or greater, that's when you got problems as far as power outages and treacherous driving in an ice storm warning. As you can see, moderate impacts north of the Triangle, little if anything here in the Triangle, as temperatures are just not, it's still above freezing over towards Huntsville. Look at that. The longer we stay above freezing, the better. Just some sprinkles out there, cloudy skies and cold as we continue to watch that freezing rain up towards College Station, back up to the other side of Lufkin and through East Texas. And again, checking in with our weather watchers, they're all saying temperatures into the mid to upper 30s. MJ's at 38. That's what Tim has in Hampshire. And over in Fred Ricky's at 34. And in Warren, Jim above freezing at 35 degrees. Across the state, it's cold into the Texas Panhandle, 17 in Dallas, 4 into Lubbock, 37 into Houston. Wind chills minus 12 into Oklahoma City, minus 13 into Amarillo, feels like 18 into College Station. Snow over towards Dallas and Fort Worth. And here's the next disturbance that will bring us that potential for freezing rain coming in from Mexico as we head on into the morning hours. Look at this. Winter storm warnings from El Paso all the way over towards Caribou, Maine. That is 2,200 miles. So this is a big storm, no doubt about that. Ice storm warning up in the lakes area. So as we head towards, well, 12 a.m., we ought to start seeing it up towards maybe northern Tyler County, certainly by 1 a.m. We're still rain at 1 a.m. here in the Triangle. By 3 a.m., pretty much the lakes area will be seeing freezing rain. We're still above freezing here in the Triangle even at 4 and 5 a.m. So a very small window between maybe 5, 6, 7. Look at 7 a.m., still north of the Triangle. Maybe just a cold rain here in the Triangle. That is certainly a possibility. By 9 a.m., we're done with the precipitation. On the Gulf tomorrow, looking at the small craft advisory for choppy season northwest winds. Our forecast tonight, cold rain in the Triangle, maybe some freezing rain, but it's mainly north of the Triangle. Upper 20s lakes around freezing here in the Triangle. Then tomorrow, just above freezing in the Triangle, near freezing, maybe just below freezing in the lakes as the rain moves out by 8 or 9. Taking a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast. Monday, 21 in the morning, 40 in the afternoon. Tuesday morning, 18 degrees.
All right, thank you, Patrick. Now I want you guys to pull out your phones right now and download our 12 News Plus app. 12 News will be live on 12 News Plus throughout the morning with weather updates. You can catch us at the top of the hour from 5 a.m. to noon.